No one is missing, I guess. Let me share my screen. Right. Okay. So yes. So in case if you need jobs, so those are also jobs. That kind of requirements also you can fulfill with the help of the jobs. Yes, by using jobs you can send emails also. By using jobs you can send the emails also. That is possible in the SQL Server also. Don't think like customers this credit card statements they are only using a SQL Server. Okay, I'm just giving an example. This is how it will work. It might not a credit card statement. It might be a different thing. Okay, whatever it is, the customer requirement, whatever it is, that can be help. That can be like fulfilled with the help of this jobs and all, guys. So jobs means I want to say jobs means those jobs might be belongs to DBA. Okay, SQL servers, and the jobs means any application jobs also will be there. Application related jobs also will be there. Maintenance jobs, database maintenance jobs will be there, that we are going to take care of it. If it is a database maintenance job that we are going to create it, we are going to take care of it. But what else? if we if we have this kind of requirement, those jobs we can call it as an application requirement jobs, application related jobs, guys. Okay, so like we can fulfill the requirements, these kind of automated things. We can send updates to the customer. Okay, so by using these jobs and all, that is application jobs. So who will create application jobs at the end of the day? Again, we will only create the application jobs. Sir, how to create the application jobs? Nothing to worry. Developers will give you one script. Hey, please execute this script. It will create the job. Simply we have to create the job by just taking the script from them. DBA jobs, maintenance jobs, we will know how to create it. Okay, as we are going to discuss these things. But application jobs, we don't know how to create it. But nothing to worry. Developers will give you a script how to create it. Simply you have to execute that script. And of course, if the job is failed, any job is failed, you have to inform them. If it's an application related job, then you have to inform to application team, hey, your job is failing due to this reason. If we can fix it, we can fix that issue. Due to permission issues or space issues, different issues, we can fix it. Due to code issues, it was failing, then you have to check with the developers only. We can't do anything. If it is failing due to code issue, that is the developers problem. That problem has to be fixed by developers only. If it is a DBA maintenance job, we have to fix those jobs, guys. Okay, so the job owner will be SA. 100% SA should be the owner, or a service account. Okay, a service account can be the owner of this job, guys. No individual logins. If Jayant is creating, his name will come by default. If Jayant left the organization, his account will be deleted. B41 slash B41 admins. What is the machine name? Batch 41. Batch 41 slash Jayant. His account will be deleted once he just changed the organization. If his account is deleted, on his account there are some jobs are running. If his account is deleted, the jobs might not run properly. So that's why SC is the permanent login in the SQL server. We have to keep that data job owner as SC itself. Okay, right, fine. No need to no need to put anything under description. No need to choose anything under category. Okay, just a minute. Who just joined? Who is that? Done. Okay. If you have any questions, you can unmute and you can ask me. So no need to add any descriptions are not required. No need to choose any category. Also, you can leave it as it is. Now go to steps. I told you, right? Job means collection of steps. Now we have to add that step. Under step, what we have to give? What we have to give, guys? Under step?
Query, query to
Query. We
table.
have to give, yes. What is our requirement? We have to give that query for that. Okay. Let me go to steps, then click on new. Done. Okay, here you have to give the query. So what is the step name? Again, I can give same full backup. Okay, AD works, adventure works, full backups. Okay, right. Run as, you can leave it as it is. This query, see, for example, if you are running any query here, okay, make sure you are going to choose the database here, right? On what database I want to execute this query, you are going to choose it, right? Okay, so in the same way, I am giving one query here. I have to choose on what database it is going to run. Okay, if it has to run on master, you can keep it as master. Or else, sir, I don't mind about this database. Simply I'll include use database name in the step one, sir. Okay, if you want to run this query, use master go. Okay, and then forget about this master database. If you use this database name, that's fine. Or else, no, this query has to specifically run on this specific database. You can choose the database and all. Okay, guys, no issue. So for backup, the database might be anything. Okay, so why? Because whenever you run this backup query, of course, it will take the backup. It will run on master only. If you choose another database also, it will run on master only. Right? What is the query, guys? Backup database. What is the database name? AdventureWorks. AdventureWorks 2017. Okay, to disk is equal to file name adworks underscore. What is the today's date? 01/10/2022. Okay, underscore full backup underscore job. This is generating with the help of job. See, it's not like you have to give name like this, nothing like that. I'm just giving you to identify the backups and all. .bak, guys. Okay, done. This is my query. So you can check whether this query is right or wrong. You can select all. Okay, and you can parse it. Parse will tell you whether this query is right or wrong. In case if there is a wrong, okay, let me make a mistake. Okay, now select all. Let me parse it. Okay, so it is saying incorrect syntax near database. So I just did a mistake. So it is saying like that. So you can correct it and database. And again, you can parse it if you want. Okay, so the command was successfully parsed, right? So you can, if you want, you can select all. You can copy, you can paste any other query also like this. Okay, done. Okay, so now you can click just OK. Done. The step is created, guys. If you go to this step, if you want to go to the step, you can double click on it, or you can select the step, you can go to edit option. If you want to delete this step, you can select the step, you can delete the step. Okay, if you want to add new step, you can add one more step, guys. Let me go to this step again. I have to show you one more option extra. Advanced page. Go to advanced page. There you can see some options. On success action, once this backup is succeeded, what I have to do? I want to quit, or I want to go to next step. If you have multiple steps, guys, make sure you choose the next step. Go to the next step. There are some jobs. Okay, if step 1 is completed, we have to go to step 2. If step 2 is completed, we have to go to step 3. Okay, if you simply select quit the job reporting success, imagine you have 10 steps. Okay, step 1 is succeeded. On success action, you can see here on success action, if you choose quit the job reporting success, simply it will execute on first step and it will be, okay, it will skip all the steps and it is going to exit. The step will be completed successfully. Which step? Only step 1. It don't touch other steps, guys. If you have multiple steps, you have to choose go to next step. Okay, you have to choose go to next step. If you don't have multiple steps, only one step is there, you can simply, okay, quit the job reporting success. Even though only one step is there, but if you still choose go to next step, nothing happened. If there is no next step, it will be executed. That's it. Clear, guys? So on success action, go to next step should be there. Imagine we'll have retry items, retry intervals also. Retry items means, say for example, first time it was failed, I want to try for the next time, one retry attempt. So in which interval? 5 minutes interval. Imagine 10 o'clock, I have scheduled my job 10 o'clock, it will run as per the schedule. If it was failed at 10 o'clock, one more retry attempt, we have selected one retry attempt, right? It will try to retry again, but in which interval? Immediately it will retry? No, after 5 minutes it will retry. Means at 10:05 again it is going to retry the job. Okay, agreed. Retry attempts and retry interval. Simply once the job is failed. Once if it is failed, then only. If it is succeeded, it won't go for retry attempts, guys. If it is failed, it will go for retry attempts. Now tell me, guys, if retry attempts are 2, okay, and retry interval is 10. Tell me in what intervals it is going to run. At what intervals this job will run. If my job is started at 10 o'clock, at what intervals it is going to run.
10, 10, 10, 20.
That's it. First, it will run at 10 o'clock. If it is failed, it will wait till 10:10. and it will run at 10:10. If 10:10 is succeeded, it won't go for 10:20 again. If again 10:10 attempt also is failed, then it will go to the 10:20 attempt, guys. Is it clear? Anyone, everyone?
Sir,
Yes, yes.
sir, I have a question, sir. In the steps only, if you want to add any other query like for differential or log backup, can we add, sir, in
Happily,
the
you can
same
add it.
step?
In the same step, you can see it doesn't know whether a full backup or differential backup, log backup you are taking. Whatever script, whatever query you are adding in that query, in that particular window, it will simply, its duty is simply to execute that query by that scheduled time. That's it. Whatever step, here I can add one more query, okay, database with the differential, no issues. But what happened, once it will take the backup, all the backups at a time, okay, select all, copy, sorry, Control Z. Where is my backup, guys? Where is my step? Right, okay. Let me select this one. Backup command, right? Let me enter. Go, Control V. Okay, with the differential. With the differential. Okay, in the same way you can add log backup also. So what happened on the same database? First it will run full backup, then immediately it will run differential backup. What is the use if you are running 2 backups or 3 backups at a time? You can do one more thing, create this as a step 1 full backup. Okay, what you can do, you can schedule this step 1, and again guys, you cannot schedule each step, I guess. Okay, you cannot schedule each step. I'll show you, okay. So this is clear, right? Whatever query you are going to put inside this box, command box, it will execute all the queries. If you want to execute as a next step, okay, you can execute this as a next step, simply differential backup. For this you can create one more extra step, guys. Next step, once full backup is completed successfully, it has to go to next step, then it will take the differential backup in the next step. Is it clear, Kusma? Whatever query you want, you can give it here. It doesn't mind, it don't know what query you are giving. Simply by that time, if you schedule at 10 o'clock, it is going to run the whole query, whatever is there in this box, it will try to run the whole script by 10 o'clock. That's it. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay, let me delete this one.
Shanmugh,
Yes,
what will
yes.
be the default location for this?
Same only. There is no change. I told you there is no difference. It don't know anything. Simply it is going to run as usual. There is no difference if you are running this query here. Here now tell me, okay. Here if I execute this query here, what is the default location? What is the default location? Tell me, sir.
C drive, program files,
That's it.
MSSQL.
Backups.
C program files, Microsoft SQL Server, MS SQL backup. Same thing again. Don't think it's a difference. It is going to simply schedule this query. Even though you are running through job, it will do the same thing. At the end of the day, the direct query and the job query has to run on database engine only. So it will take the same default location. Right? And
Yeah.
it is clear, right? Advanced, go to next step, fit the job. If there are no steps, you can select. Yeah. Tell me.
This retries and intervals and all, no, any default values is there or
No.
depends
By
upon
default, 0. 0 means it won't go for
Okay.
retries. Okay. By default, 0. Even though if you give 10 minutes here, if retry items is 0, it won't work. If you give retry items at least once, then it will work for after 10 minutes. Okay. So there is no default values. Your default value is 0 only. Why? Because we cannot predict, each step might have values. Mostly 90% no one will go for retry items, but some applications jobs might need retry items and all. In that case we'll choose it, but there is no default. Usually if it is a default, you might have 2 retry items with 5 minutes intervals. That's it. 10 10 5 10 10, like that it is going to run. Okay.
So
There is
it
a
is
very
fully customized
yes,
application
fully
based on.
customized based on the
Okay.
application requirements and all.
Okay.
Okay, that is on success action. Okay, So always you can choose go to next step. If next step is there, it will go to next step. If there is no next step, still it will be succeeded as there is no next step. If there is only one step, if you want to still choose, you can select quit the job reporting success. Okay, right. Now on failure action, say I have 10 steps. Each step is dependent on another step. Step 1 is like your step 2 is depends on step 1. Your step 3 is depends on step 2. In that case, if my step 1 is failed, you can choose quit the job reporting failure if any dependency is there. If there is no dependency, go to next step. Means if your step 2 is not depend on your step 1, you can choose step 2 directly, go to next step. Automatically it will go to the next step. On failure, when on failure, this is on success. If your step 1 is succeeded, if there is a step 2, it will go to the step 2. If you choose, go to next step. Okay, if you choose, say for example, you have step 2, but if you choose quit the job reporting success, then once step 1 is completed, it will success, it won't go to step 2, guys. You said once this step is succeeded, you said quit the job, it is going to quit. It won't touch the next step, step 2, step 3, step 4 and all, even though that step is succeeded. If the job is failed, if the step is failed, on failure action, you can choose either go to next step or you can choose quit the job reporting failure. There is a dependency on my next step. In that case, you can choose quit the job reporting failure. So once step 1 is failed, even though step 2, step 3, step 4 might be succeeded, but it won't touch other steps. Simply once your step is failed, it will quit the job reporting as failed. Clear, guys? You can log the output, guys. What is the output for this? What is the output for this? Can anyone tell me what is the output for this query?
Backup file.
Yeah, what is the output? What you will get?
Backup completed.
Backup completed successfully. This many pages are backed up like this, you will get the output, right? This output. Why? Because if you run the query manually, you can see the output. But if you run the query through the job, how you can see the output? So you can have a chance to create a output file. Okay, you can store that output inside that file so that you can monitor in case if your job is failed, there is a chance you have an output file there. You can see what is there in the output and you can monitor, you can troubleshoot the jobs and all. Okay, you can create any notepad for this. Okay, let me create one notepad under C drive, full backup output file, full backup output file. You can create any location .txt. Okay, you can create in any location. Now it is going to directly create in your C drive, no folder, nothing. Simply it will be created in your C drive. One file will be created here. Okay, I'll show you that one. If you want to append to the existing, the same time you are running multiple times, the output will be appended to the same text file. Okay, next time you are running, it will be appended to the same existing file. I want to log to a table. Yes, of course you can log the same output into any table. You can create a table, you can give the table, so automatically it will be created. Include step output history. If you want, you can choose it. Okay, and that's it. Click OK. Done. One step is done, sir. If you want to add next step, you can simply click on next step. Again, the query will be different. Okay, the options and all are same. The query is going to be different in the next step. So you can see next step also can be added. Once my steps are added, okay, on the whole job only you have a chance to schedule. You cannot schedule each step, sir. If you have 10 steps, you cannot schedule each step in different intervals. The whole 10 steps you can schedule at only one time. Go to schedules option. Now you can create a new schedule. Okay, now you can give the schedule name, full backup schedule, any name you can give, sir, no problem. But again, in the organization, it depends upon the naming policy and all. My job should be recurring. It has to recur every time, not for one time, not for when CPU idles, not for agent status and all. It has to reoccur. Recurring means what? Reoccurring. It has to run multiple times. Frequency, you want daily, you want weekly, you want hourly, you can choose here. Daily, weekly, monthly. Imagine if it is a full backup, I want to run my full backup job weekly. Yes, you can choose weekly. No, I want to run my full backup job daily. Yes, you can choose daily. Daily occurs once at 12 a.m. only once. Reoccurs means every day it will occurs only once. When it will occurs 12 o'clock. You can change the time. Sir, I don't want to occur at 12 o'clock. I want to occur at 3 o'clock. You can change it to 3 o'clock. Sir, no, nothing like that. Not like this, sir. Every 15 minutes it has to execute. Okay, done. Go to occurs every what? Every 15 minutes. Then it is going to occurs every 15 minutes or every 1 hour. Every 1 hour you want to execute. Sorry, here I gave 15, right? So I have to choose minutes here. If you want to execute every 15 minutes, you have to choose minutes here. Simple, guys. It's just a self-explanatory options and all. Don't think much. Okay. I want to run every hour. Select one and select here 1 hour. Every hour, when daily, every hour this job will run. So if you want to schedule a log backup job, what you are going to do? I want to schedule my log backup job for every 15 minutes. What options I have to choose, guys? Tell me. Is it daily or weekly or monthly?
Weekly.
I want to run
Daily.
my log backup job every 15 minutes. For every 15 minutes, I have to run my log backup job. I have to means I have to
Daily.
schedule daily, right? You know, again, weekly, guys. Weekly at what day? You want to execute weekly at what day? Saturday you want to execute this job or Sunday you want to execute this job? Chalo, I am conferring a full backup job. Every Sunday it has to execute at 3 a.m. Okay. Select weekly, select Sunday at Sunday. If you choose occurs every 1 hour means Sunday every 1 hour it will be executed. It's wrong. Okay, occurs once at 3 a.m. That's it. So your full backup will run at 3 a.m. That's this query will simply execute at 3 a.m. That's it. It's full backup or differential backup or that doesn't matter for us. The query that you gave in the step will be executed at 3 a.m. on Sunday. Okay, clear, guys. If it is a log backup job, I want to schedule it for every 15 minutes. Select daily option. Okay, so daily means it don't ask us to choose the day. It is going to run 24/7 daily, and daily occurs every 15 minutes. 15 minutes. This is how we'll schedule the log backup job, guys. Okay,
That
so
should be,
yeah.
the time should be the server time.
See, nothing to worry about the timing and all. It is going to take care of it. Of course, it should be at server time. Logically, it should be a server time only, not your time, not your laptop time and all.
Okay.
Okay. Right. So of course it is going to, why? Because by that time, as 24 hours, you can see, right? If you see here, by that time, what is the server time? If you schedule, automatically it will run as per the server time only. There is no other option to the server. Right. Okay, let me go for occurs one set, or else let me go for weekly Sunday at 3 a.m. it is going to run. You can see here, whatever options you choose, it will prepare a description automatically. Occurs every week on Sunday at 3 a.m. Schedule will be used starting from today onwards, Jan 10th, 2022. No, sir, I want to postpone it. Yes, of course, you can postpone it. You can change this somewhere. You can change it. Okay. Here, start date. Okay, start date. I want to fix the end date, sir. I want to run this job only for 2 months. Okay, chalo. Put start date and end date. It will run during those dates only. If you don't put no end date, it will keep running. It will keep running. It will keep running. It will keep running, guys. Guys, is it clear? Schedule is clear, everyone? Is schedule clear?
Yes.
Okay, done.
Yes, sir.
You can click OK. Fine. You can click OK and you can click OK. Alerts, notifications, guys. Okay, so here there is an option, beautiful option, guys. This is very beautiful option. If my job is failed, I want to get an email. For that, you have to set up notifications, guys. Notifications. If my job is failed, I want to get an email. So directly to your Outlook, you will get an email if this job is failed due to some reasons. Why? Because imagine this is just one simple job in one server. Imagine I will have 5 jobs, minimum 5 jobs, maintenance jobs will be there. Just database maintenance jobs. Imagine application jobs, how many jobs will be there? 10 jobs. Just for example, 10 application jobs, 5 DBA jobs, total 15 jobs will be there. If I have 100 servers, 100 into 15, how many jobs? 1500 jobs will be there. Is it possible to monitor 1500 jobs daily or every 15 minutes, whether it is running or it is failing? Is it possible? No, right? It's not possible. So what option we have? In case if it is failed, we have to take care of it, but we cannot monitor every minute. We cannot log into each server. We cannot check the history of each job. Then what is the option? You can go for notifications. You can choose email option. Okay, once you choose email option, it will ask an operator. Here you have to choose an operator. I'll show you how to create operator and all. So once the when we have to, let me create operator. Operator is nothing but one mail ID, guys. Okay, it will be attached to your group, not only a single DBA. The DBS will be in a DL means distribution list. Okay, so you will have a DL. Imagine if you're working for TCS company, SQL DBS at tcs.com. Okay, so all DBS means, for that, say for example, SQL DBS TCS is handling. Okay, in what Infosys project, right? Infosys is handling a passport project, right? Indian passport underscore TCS as Infosys, or else let me do one thing, SQL DBS at infosys.com. Okay, so those who are handling Indian passport project, those who are handling, which DBS are handling Indian passport project. Okay, if you see, this is the DL for them. All DBS will be under this DL. All DBS will be under this DL. So simply, if you mention this email ID, the all DBS will get an email. If the job is failed, all DBS will get an email. Who is there in the shift? He has to take care of it. Agree? It won't send individual mails, guys. It will send two DLs only. DL means distribution list. DL. Okay. SQL DBA will have its own DL. Every company, don't think only Infosys. Okay. If you go to any other company, I guess people are working, right? Right? You know, right? Those who are accessing Outlook, you are getting individual mails or through groups. Chandrakant.
Through groups, actually.
Through groups, right? We cannot send individual mails in the organization. They are going to send to the whole DL. Okay, so directly whoever is there in the DL, if 20 DBS are there, this email will go to all the 20 DBS guys. Okay, so simply what we are going to do, under new operator, we have to give the operator name SQL DBS. And again, this is for example. What is the SQL DBS email ID? If it is like this, this is the email ID of my DL. Imagine. Okay, and control V. You have to paste the email ID here. I want to get it. I want to get it individually. You can give your email ID, guys. Okay, you can give your email ID. Real-time IT trainings @gmail.com. You can give your individual email ID so that you will only get the email, not others. To which email ID you gave here, that person will get an email, guys. Okay, let me click OK now. Okay, so now where is our job window? This is how we'll create an operator. Now if you see here, okay, so let me refresh it, you will get it. Okay, no problem. Not now, I'll show you. Right, when the job fails, I want to get an email when the job fails. Here you can see three options: when the job succeeds, when the job fails, when the job completes. Which one is best option? Tell me. When I have to get an email?
When failed.
When
When
the job
failed or
fails.
succeeded or completed? When I have to get an email? Tell me, guys, tell me.
At the time
Succeeded
of job failure.
of
Job
failure.
failure.
Why? Because
Job
we
failure.
have to concentrate on failures only. Job succeeds, if you put job succeeds, 90%, 95% jobs will be succeeded, or 99% jobs will be succeeded. 1500 emails will be pushed into your inbox. When job completes, failed, succeeded, both you will get it. When job completes, you will get an email. That is not good, right? If the job is succeeded, why we have to know? If the job is failed, our intervention is needed. We have to fix the job. So make sure when the job fails, we have to get an email, so that if the job is failed, immediately we'll get an email. Click OK. Now you don't get email, guys. There is a extra component that we have to configure. Okay, so what is that extra component? Database mail. If you configure database mail, then only you can get the email directly to your inbox, to your Gmail inbox. You can give Gmail. You will directly get an email to your Gmail inbox, guys. Okay, right? Let me click OK. Now I am not giving, right? No issues. Later also I can select it. simply job will be created. And if you double click on the jobs, it will go to the properties again, go to notifications, select email, and you can see here the operator is created, right? The one which we have created, the operator, you can see that SQL DBS. This SQL DBS having one email ID. Okay, once if I click OK, that if my job fails, it will send an email to this mail ID, guys. Clear, everyone? Is it clear? Now this job will run by default. This job will run at what time? You can double click and you can check the schedule also. Schedules, double click on the schedule, occurs every week on Sunday 3 a.m. So this job will execute in the next Sunday. On next Sunday at 3 a.m. it is going to execute. On 16th, it will execute again on 23rd, again on 30, like every Sunday it is going to execute at 3 a.m. guys, morning 3 a.m. Okay, you can see here also, if you expand occurs every week on Sunday. Sir, can I change the schedule once if I created my job? Is it possible, guys? Can I change it? Once I created my job, is it possible to change the schedule?
You
Yeah,
can
we can.
change.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, we can change it. Can we change the code? Once the step is created, can we change the code later if we want?
Yeah, we can
Yes,
change
yes,
again.
you can.
Anything can be changed after creation also. I don't want this backup. You want to include another database, you can include it. You can change all the parameters even though you configure the job. You can change the code, you can change the schedule. Okay, you can change the notifications. I want to include another team into this particular, you can include it. Okay, so it depends. So it is going to work. You can change it even though you created the job. If I want to run the now, yes, I can show you now, Muthu. Okay, so right, so Muthu asked, can I run this job now? Yes, you can run at any time, no problem. How to run manually? Right click on the job, start the job step. Imagine, guys, remember very carefully. Okay, you have to listen this one. Imagine I have 10 steps. Okay, why it was succeeded immediately? I have only one step, so it is not asking. It is not asking. Let me include one more step. If I just click on start job at step, it will succeeded, guys. Okay, succeeded or failure, that is different thing, but it will run. But imagine, let me add one more step to this, add step. This time I'll include, okay, new step, Azure database. Step name is Azure full backup, Azure full backup. Okay, the command is backup database Azure to disk is equal to file name Azure underscore full underscore backup job underscore, what is today's date, 01/10/2022 .bak. Done. Okay, and I'm going to schedule advanced, nothing. You can see the job. If you want to go to next step, you can go to next step, and if you want to quit, you can quit it. Okay, let me click OK. Change the database name as Azure. Not required, not required, not required. While taking the backups, did I change it to as AdventureWorks here? This is going to run on master only. Okay, so why again I have to change the database? No, again in the last step also I just selected master database, not AdventureWorks. Backup some queries, even though any database is selected, it will ultimately run on master only. Some queries, some default queries. Yes, yeah, someone is trying to ask the doubt. No doubts? Okay, done. Okay, so that's it, and you can click OK, and I can schedule this. Okay, I cannot schedule this job, this backup, guys. Schedule is the whole thing for the particular job. Okay, what it is saying, the one success action of the last step, we change it to good next step. Yes, okay, right, fine. What happened? Okay, schedule. Okay, just went to schedule. So again, I cannot schedule each step. That is not possible. All steps will run at a time. What is the schedule? Every Sunday it is going to run, right? Occurs every week on Sunday 3 a.m. right? This is the schedule, right? By 3 a.m. all steps will start, guys. I cannot again schedule each step. That is not possible. Okay, so this is my AdventureWorks full backup. Okay, and if you see, this is my Azure full backup, guys. Now,
Sir, I think we can do at least.
yeah,
Hello.
tell me, Kusma.
I think we can schedule.
Which one?
Just click on it, sir. Same, Azure full backup. Go
Okay.
to schedules.
Schedule, huh? Okay. Okay,
Again,
so you want to ask
click on this.
this one.
Here, new, no? New.
Let me go to new. Let me check whether we can do it or not. If we gave new, to which schedule it is going to take, let me do it. Let me check, okay? Azure backup schedule. Okay, done, reoccurring. So weekly on Sunday, this time I'll change it to 4 o'clock, 4 a.m. Okay, right? Reoccurs every 4 a.m. on Sunday. That is 3 a.m. and this is 4 a.m. Okay, so now if I click OK, let me click OK. But how it knows that is Azure schedule? Did I attach any step for that? Agree? This is only for multiple schedules. Okay, if you see here, yes, it will accept. But in this case, first it will run at 3 o'clock, then it will run at 4 o'clock. Why? Because I did not attach any step here. Okay, my step 2 has to run. Then you can, okay, run specifically that step 2. In this case, what happened? On Sunday 3 a.m., again 2 steps will run. On Sunday 4 a.m., again 2 steps will run. Agree, Kusma?
This is not a second step, sir.
No.
Azure,
It won't take like that. No, it won't take like that. See, now in this case, now it is on top. Is it a first step? 4 a.m. schedule is on top. That doesn't mean it's
No.
a first step, right? Let me reconnect. Okay, please join with the same link, guys. Let me reconnect.